guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already seen my first video, it is the prep vlog for this market that I'm doing. So this video is the second one and it's gonna have the last kind of few days before the market as well as the market itself and the breakdown afterwards. So enjoy! Hi everyone. So we've been back from Bruges for a few days and I am finalising all of my market stuff and making sure everything is ready. So my husband has said he's going to help me practice it tonight so that I can at least get a photo and know exactly what needs to go where when I get there, and it's just going to be a lot less pressure hopefully. This room is a mess at the minute. It's our spare room, but I'm just going to quickly pan around and show you what I've got sorted so far and what I'm going to do in terms of setting up. So currently this is all of my stock. I've sorted it all into organza bags. There's like a couple more things I need to do for this. So the dinosaurs, the brontosauruses, and the poisoned apple plush, which is down there somewhere. They still need to be tagged. I also need to finish weaving in the ends on 2 of the Hogwarts scarves. But other than that, all of the stock is here. It's all finished. All the flowers are there in the vases. I need to get the third one as well. I'm going to separate them into 3 because that one just looks a bit manic, I think. And some of them fall out of there. So I'm going to put them into 3 separate vases. I've got my mini crates piled up there, my little freebie bin, which is a mushroom bin. I've got the sign holders ready for my pricing and in fact they're over here, let me show you. So I've got these printed, so 2 of them are for pricing. One is carrying instructions for all the different materials. This is literally for everything. So there's some notes on vinyl for the sun catchers, and then the 3 different types of fabric that I use in all of my crocheted goods. Why a crochet item's expensive, and just kind of put some explanations as to how, you know, they're handmade and they take a lot of time. One which is scanning for socials, and I've got doubles of all of them in case any of them rip or get damaged or anything. I've got my sum up square. This is the kind of whole display cage. These are all the organza bags, so I'm going to hopefully be selling things and putting them in organza bags for people, and I'm going to put my thank you cards in there. I've got all of my cards here. My tags are in there. My thank you cards are these ones, which are super cute, and they say Merci mon chéri. I designed them myself, and then they've just got oh, that's not a thank you card on the back. Thank you from me. There we go, that's what it looks like. Let it focus, if it's going to focus. I don't know, but yeah, that's basically what it says. And then I've also got my business cards in there as well, so I've got some business card holders there. We're going to try and use, even though I know it's not flat, and it'll be a bit tricky, but there's a sofa bed underneath here. My husband is a drummer, by the way, that's why there's loads of just drums everywhere. I've kind of taken over with all of my crochet stuff, but it won't be here for long. We tested it out, and I think this sofa is actually 6 foot long, so I'm going to try and use it as my table just to get a rough idea of how to set up the display cage and some of my other things as well, because I've got a few other crates and things that I want to use to display my things. Okay, so I think we've got the whole display sorted, roughly. Everything is still in bags, but I think it's all set up how I want it to be. Robin very kindly helped. Look at him. So did the cat. The cat's guarding the printer. But yeah, so we've got everything, I think, where I want it all to be placed. I'm counting on hopefully the table being a little bit wider. Not wider, but deeper than this sofa bed. So hopefully there'll be a bit more room in the front for some of these things that I've got here in the middle. just like some of the coasters and flowers and stuff that I can hopefully just display in front of this massive grid of stuff. I've tried to group things together generally, so strawberries and cherries, and then the poisoned apple plushes there as well. And then I'm going to put the chicken nuggets and blueberries and stuff there. Move those bees and frogs and things to this one. And then I got snakes, my Hogwarts scarves. I'm going to try and see if I can find a way to like hang them off of this shelf part quite nicely. Because I have said I'm going to bring these bags, although it's rather frustrating because I don't know if I have enough space to display them, but I've said I'm bringing them, so I'm going to try and hang them off to that side of the display. And then I've got all my ears in there, so I'm going to display them across these 3 panels. I've got my pouches in here. I'm going to hang the strawberry pouches probably like near these strawberries, and then the mushroom ones lower down, or possibly even on that side next to that mushroom turtle. And then this is one set of the Mickey bunting that I've managed to finish. I finished this while I was on holiday. You probably saw me working it on the plane. So that's the one set. I'm going to have both sets hanging across these 2 panels in the middle, and the Mickeys have come out really cute. That's the other set there in blues and white. And at the bottom in the middle, I'm hoping to have these 3 vases of flowers. I might, if there's enough space, put some sort of in front and stuff. Then here, I'm going to do all of my turtles. So I've got my jumbo sunflower turtle on top, high up for all to see. And then I've got 3 of my other custom turtles there and my other 3 turtles down there. So this is going to be like the turtle column. The other thing I'm having up on these 3 panels is the wall hangings, and they are quite big. So I am going to see how much space I've got. But for now, I'm going to leave them there. My 2 big Triceratops plushies are going to be sat on that top shelf there. And then I've got all dinosaurs on that side, and then sea creatures are at the bottom here. So in here are my brontosauruses and my spiky dinos, and then I've got all of my octopuses and whales, and my stingray and jellyfish and stuff are all in that bottom one there. So that is my planned display so far. This is my banner. I'm quite proud of this actually. I really like how it's turned out, and the green's really nice. One thing I did also forget about is I'm going to have this big mirror here, either to the left or right of my table, and it's going to have all of my sun catchers on it. It is the night before travelling up to Birmingham for the market, but I've just got home from work and I have brought everything downstairs. My husband helped me take apart the mirror just so that it's a bit smaller and easier to put into the car tomorrow morning. And I have sort of semi-dismantled the display frame into sort of 2 grids of 4, so that I've put all of my stock in there, and it'll just save me so much time setting up as well. I've also got a bag with tablecloths in. I managed to get hold of some tablecloths, my banner, my organza bags to sell everything in, and the rest of my frame pieces for the display frame. I've also got my wizard box, which is just like a kind of cardboard box that I'm using for all of my paperwork, my signs, my cards, my sum up machine, my cash bag. I will be keeping my cash bag on me at all times as soon as I get there. And I also need to pack my outfit for the day, and just some bits for the hotel and stuff as well. Tomorrow I've got 3 hours at the venue to go and set up beforehand, which is really nice, and then we need to be at the venue for 7. I think we can be there from 7, but we need to be ready to start selling at 8:30 so that they can come round and do final checks before the actual doors open and the first group of people come. So it should be really nice, and I'm really excited. I've been working so hard to get to this point, so I just can't wait to see how it's going to go. So this is my kind of setup, not set up, but everything packed and ready to go to pack into the car tomorrow morning. So that's my bag with my tablecloths, my banner, the more pieces of the display frame and organza bags, and the mini crates and stuff are all in there. That's the bag I'm going to pack for my outfit and my stuff for the hotel, and a project to do as well. There is the mirror dismantled into 2 parts, so that should be a lot easier to actually fit into the car, hopefully. And then I've got the two 4 kind of grid pieces of the display frame that I've literally just stuck all of my stock into. And then this is my wizard box. And then in here I brought this yarn in case I need to tie down, this is for the banner, so because I'm going to have to tie that up when I get there. My cash bag, the poster stands are in there, the sun catchers are in there, all of my paperwork is there as well, so my liability insurance, my UKCA declaration forms and chemical testing and all of that. Got some sellotape, a pen, scissors, all of my S hooks, like the metal hooks for the display, my sum up box. I've got this hammer, which is really useful actually for the display because it came with it actually, so to help get it on and get it off afterwards it's really useful. So it's really nice and sturdy. And then I've got some sellotape, all my cards, tags, business cards, thank you cards, and some card holders. And I think that is pretty much it in terms of what I've got in here. It is the night before the market. I have made it to the hotel with my darling friend Catherine. The setup went really well, so we've set everything up. We've got a few things left to do in the morning, so we'll have breakfast and then head over. But yeah, super excited to see how the day goes. I have a feeling it's going to be really, really busy, so I don't know how much footage I'll get of the actual day, but I'll at least try and get the full setup once it's all finished. Yeah, so we're just chilling in bed watching Big Bang Theory, and Catherine's got her knitting and I'm working on my temperature blanket, which I'm so behind on and trying to catch up on, so yeah. Till the end of the day. There's Catherine with all of the sustenance. This is what it looks like still at the end of the day. So we have a few things quite a few bits left. A few sun catchers sold out, but we've still got a few left there. But yeah, looks good. It's been a really good day. Happy to be going home soon. Hi everyone, I am back at home after an amazing day at the Magical Market. It was so much fun, it was absolutely crazy. You guys shop hard, but I had a great time, so thank you all so much for coming to say hello and, oh sorry, my cat's tail. But yeah, so thank you so much to everybody who came to see my stall, to support me, to buy things, and even if you just came and said hello, it was so nice to meet you all. So it's a few days after the market now. I'm still kind of on cloud 9 really from how well it went. It was so much fun, everybody was so nice, and I feel like that makes such a big difference on the day. It makes the day go so much quicker, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable when everyone that you get to meet is really friendly and they absolutely love everything that you do. So, and I thought I would come on and let you guys know what I have left, effectively what didn't sell at the market. So the first thing, I'm not going to get out every single one, but in here is all of my crochet bags. I brought all of them back, so none of them sold. Next thing I'm going to get out of the way is I still have my 2 big Triceratops fruit themed plushies. These did not sell, but they got so much love at the market. Everybody who walked past or spotted them from a distance had to come over and say how cute they were, and I could tell that if I hadn't put the price a little bit higher for these, they would have gone almost straight away. But I'm a little bit relieved that they didn't, because these took me so long to make and they're so good for bringing people over to your stall. I would highly recommend having something big that's eye-catching, and it's okay if it's out of most people's price range, but it does mean that when it does sell, hopefully it doesn't sell straight away, and it gives you some time to actually enjoy that being part of your stock and use it to really catch a lot of people's attention, because each one of these took me probably about 8 to 10 hours to make, and it's a lot of sewing. It's like 10 or 11 parts to sew, including all the horns, all the limbs and the tails, the heads and the bodies and everything. So yeah, so the next thing I also still have is my jumbo strawberry cushion. I took about 60 plushies to Magical Market, and I have come back with less than 12. I have to check. I've got 2 little bags worth. So I came back with 1 dinosaur. So out of 8 dinosaurs I made, 4 brontosauruses and 4 of these spiky T-Rexes, I came back with 1, so I sold 7. Out of all the sea creatures I made, I've come back with just the stingray, so all the octopuses sold, including the jumbo one, all of the whales sold, all of the what else did I make? A jellyfish, that sold as well. So the only sea creature I've come back with is the stingray. That was probably out of about 12 different sea creatures. I completely sold out of turtles. I took 7 turtles, including my jumbo one, which was one of my higher price items, and that went to a really lovely girl who picked up 2 turtles and the little mushroom boy, so that sold as well. Both of my leggy frogs sold, all of my bees sold. So then this is my other bag of plushies that I've got left. I have 1 strawberry left, so the other 2 strawberries both sold. I still have the cherries. I still have all 4 of the blueberries, none of them sold, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually embroider some faces onto them and sell them at my next market. I have 1 chicken nugget left, so I sold 3 chicken nuggets. And then the last thing left in this bag is 3 of the snakes. So I sold the green striped snake and I sold the yellow striped snake. So I've brought home the blue one, the pink and red one, and the slightly bigger and slightly higher priced pastel rainbow one. But in terms of plushies, out of 60, this is all that's left. So plushies were definitely my best selling items at that market. In particular the animals. The animals did a lot better for me than food related items, but I still sold food related items. So there's just a kind of general statistic. My last bag of items is sort of accessories and decor things. So I sold about 4 or 5 of these flower coasters, and I've come back with about 9 or so, I think, possibly less. No, 9 I think are in there. I sold 1 of my mushroom bags and 1 of my strawberry pouches. So I've come back with 4 strawberry pouches and 7 mushroom pouches. And then I also sold 1 gummy bear keychain, the red one, so I still have the other 3 left in this bag. And I also sold a couple sprouts, but I still have about 8 or 9 left. The coaster set did not sell, but I was really happy that people recognised what it was. The other thing that I have left in this bag is I have 2 of my headbands left. I sold the pink one and the grey one, so I've come back with 2 of those. I might make a few of those for my next market, because especially now that we're getting a bit deeper into the winter, I may sell more of those. I completely sold out of scrunchies, so I don't have any of those left to show. I only made 4, and I decided to price them at £3 each, but I said that I would do 2 for £5, and both people that bought them bought a pair. The last things I'm going to show you in terms of what I've got left that are not magical themed are my stemmed flowers. So in total I sold 4 stemmed flowers. I had them in 3 of these really nice acrylic vases. So these are my lavender. I didn't sell any lavender. I had definitely had people kind of coming up and taking them out and interested in them, but ultimately they probably ended up going for something else. I had 6 of them and I sold none. I had 8 of these carnations and I actually sold 2. I sold 1 blue one and 1 yellow one. And then in this vase I had all of my roses. I didn't sell any roses, but I also have my sunflowers in here, and I sold 2 sunflowers to the lovely mother of Alice from Teak. She literally came up and bought them off me before we even opened doors, so she was so friendly, and I was having issues with my card reader and it wasn't working, and she kept coming back and checking on me, checking if I was okay, if the card machine was working, and eventually it did right before we opened, so I was able to sell her 2 of my sunflowers. So the next thing I'm going to show is the magic stuff that didn't sell. I was rather surprised by this because I was rather thinking that Disney themed things would sell better potentially than my generic themed items, or just sort of not themed items like my plushies and things, but in fact they did not sell at all like I was expecting. So of the 5 pairs of Disney ears that I took, I brought all of them home. I didn't sell 1 pair. I have a theory as to why that might be, and my theory is potentially that I put them too high up on my display so people couldn't pick them up or get a close look at them or try them on. So I'm wondering if the reason why they didn't sell is because people couldn't reach them, and maybe they just didn't want to ask me to get them down if it was a bit of a faff or anything. So the other items I've got in here, I've got the Toy Story Sky wall hanging, that did not sell. However, the Tangled Sun flag did sell, and that was to the vendor from Rabbit Hole Designs, and she really loved it, so I've already seen a picture of it up on her board with all of her pin collection and everything, and it looks amazing up there, so I was really happy about that. And I also have my other not magical wall hanging in here somehow, but that didn't sell either. And then the last 2 things I've got is both pairs of bunting. Neither pairs of bunting sold, but I did definitely have people ask me if those were the only colours that I did, and I think it's because if I overheard correctly, not that I'm an eavesdropper, but I think they were mentioning that they wanted to get them for baby nurseries and things, so I might put these up on my Etsy and offer a custom listing for whatever colours they would like, because I think that definitely could have generated a couple more sales if I had more colourways, but they took quite a lot of time to make, so considering that I did all that I could in the time I had, I think it was still pretty good. So those are all of the magical crochet items that I came back with. But the other thing I did take, which was these 4, I was about to say Gryffindor, it's not just Gryffindor, Gryffindor's that one, but these 4 Hogwarts scarves. People did recognise that they were Hogwarts houses and everything, so that was really fun. But I think, yeah, probably just maybe not the right market. I'm actually going to be doing a little photo shoot with these with my husband, so hopefully next week we'll get out and take some photos of these and of the ears so that we can list them on Etsy and see if anybody's interested. I might also potentially release a pattern for these because I did make this up myself, and I might be adding some extra sort of embellishments, maybe some tassels or something at the end, just to make them a little bit sort of more fun and full. So those will be going up on Etsy at some point as well. I did not sell any of these. So that's all of the crochet items now. The last thing I want to talk about is my sun catchers. They were incredibly popular. I think the mirror made such a big difference in terms of like people spotting them from miles off, and the location of my booth was perfect because right up across from me there was this lovely skylight which was allowing all of this sunlight to come in, especially in the morning, and it covered the mirror in light, and all of the sun catchers were already making little rainbows. You could tell from a distance. I don't think anyone didn't know what they were just from the way that they were displayed. Oh, my light's gone out. There we go. But yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't be happier about the way that the sun catchers went. So I think around 60 or 70 sun catchers, and I've only come back with this thin little wad here. So I sold out of several designs, completely sold out of several designs within the first 2 hours of the market. So they were incredibly popular. The first design to be completely sold out was the Disneyland Paris castle that I had drawn off of a photo that I took. The second thing to sell out was the tangled lanterns. They were really popular. And then Stitch is the third one that sold out. The fourth one that sold out was the toadstools, but they were not Disney, they were just my own drawing. And then I have one left of quite a few designs. I sold most of my mini sun catchers that are just £1 made of the offcuts. I came back with one Winnie the Pooh, I think one Olaf, one Boo's Door. I don't want to get these all out because it will just be chaos if I do. I think the least popular one was Kakamora, but I did sell one of them. So, and I definitely saw lots of people come up and be like, oh look, it's the coconuts from Moana. So I loved that they were recognisable. Pascal was also really popular. I think Tangled is definitely one of the most popular Disney movies in terms of like what merchandise to make and sell. I definitely sold at least 1 or 2 of every single Disney sun catcher, and I sold out of 4 different designs of sun catchers. I was even really happy that I sold my first donut sun catcher, which was really nice because I've never sold one of those before. So that was really lovely. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of these left, and I will definitely be doing some photos and listing the remaining ones on my Etsy for anybody who couldn't come to that market. If there are designs that are unavailable on my Etsy but you know that they exist, then I always answer my messages on Instagram. So if anybody wants to message me to get hold of another one, I'm happy to make another one. So that is everything that I've come back with from my market. It was really, I think, a really profitable day. It was really successful. I'm really happy with how I've done. This was my very first big market like this. I've only ever done a small tabletop sale before, and that was last Christmas. So effectively I've been prepping for this market for close to a year, but I'm so relieved with how it went, and I think the main reason why I was preparing for so long is because I really wanted this to go as well as it could. I wanted to fit in with the other vendors, but I also just wanted to stand out in my own unique way, and I think I did everything that I possibly could to achieve that. So I'm so happy with how it went. I'm really grateful to everybody who came and said hello, everybody who came and bought something from me, and even just the people that kind of like noticed my stall. It was so nice to be noticed and to have my work appreciated, so I'm extremely grateful. I've had several custom orders come in since that market as well, and I've had lots of new followers come in on Instagram, which is so nice to just grow the community a bit more. The vendors at the Magical Market are amazing, so if you're ever considering applying to be a vendor at that market, I highly recommend it because it is honestly just such a lovely day. It goes by so quick and everyone is so nice. So I highly recommend it. Thank you so much to the team at Magical Market, and I hope that I get to be a part of it again next year because I really enjoyed it. It was absolutely wonderful. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support for all the things that I do. I do this just for fun. This is not kind of something that I'm specifically doing to make profit, but because I already have a full-time job. This is just something that I'm really passionate about and I love. So I really appreciate you guys just spending however many minutes just coming in and listening to me and watching me do all of this stuff. So thank you very much. I'm hoping to do another video for my next market, so stay tuned. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!